Oh, you ready for me? Yep. Well done. Okay, now I'm ready. I'm Brooke Williamson. You might recognize me from some cooking shows on TV. I am a real chef. I have restaurants in Los Angeles, and today we are going to be cooking up some beef substitutes at the Beef It's What's for Dinner Culinary Center. Today there are meat substitutes everywhere, but isn't beef the best substitute? It's really the word that I can't say. Today we're gonna be beefing up one of my favorite dishes. Instead of pigs in a blanket, we're gonna be making beef in a blanket. I feel like beef is a great substitute for so many things. I mean, honestly, it's like the king/queen of all meats. There are several cuts of beef that you could use for this. I've chosen short ribs. You can braise them. They become fork tender, meaning you can pull the meat apart. The tenderness, I feel like it lends itself really perfectly to this application. So step one, I have my Dutch oven, or you could use a cast iron, and I'm gonna liberally season with some salt and pepper, canola oil. Did you know that tongs really only work if you click them first? It's a kitchen trick. All right, I'm gonna put the seasoned side down until it's nice and brown on all sides. A little salt and pepper right on top, and then leave it alone. All right, I'm gonna flip these. They got a nice sort of brown crust. I'm nice and golden brown on both sides of these ribs. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out and add the rest of my ingredients. So I've got my onion, I've got my celery, carrot, garlic cloves, ginger, fresh ginger, 2-inch pieces of scallion, my mirin here, the soy sauce, and then the sesame oil. I'm not gonna add that yet. That's for later. Deliciousness coming to a boil now. I'm gonna go ahead and add my beef broth. Turn it down to a simmer now and pop my short ribs directly in there. I'll check it in about an hour, flip those ribs over until they're nice and tender. It's probably gonna take about 2.5 to 3 hours at 325 in the oven. Forget about it, go take a shower or something, get ready for your guests. So every pigs in a blanket needs a dipping sauce, right? So I'm gonna do a play on a mustard sauce that's actually mayonnaise based. Gochujang, whole grain mustard, honey, and some rice wine vinegar. Enough salt, that's it. The short ribs weren't giant, so I feel like 2.5 hours should be plenty to get them fork tender is what we're looking for. And then we're gonna reserve all of that liquid and strain it and then reduce it. You see, this is what we're looking for in the short rib, is for them to just sort of be able to pull apart. Strain this delicious broth. Simmer this. What I'm looking for is that glossy, glazy texture. So I'm gonna turn the heat off on that and add my cooled, pulled beef. Remember that sesame oil? That's coming into play now. So I'm adding that as sort of a finishing oil. Store-bought puff pastry. I'm gonna actually work some scallions into that puff pastry, work that into the dough so that they stick. Slice this right down the center. I'm gonna cut this into triangles. I wanna fill it to the point where you can see a little bit of that beef sticking out of each end. I'm egg washing these now, so gonna create a beautiful sort of golden brown crust. And I am gonna sprinkle a touch of salt and then garnish with the sesame seeds. And then these are gonna go directly into the oven, 10, 15 minutes. All right, ready to pull these out. They are absolutely beautiful. I'm excited to dive into these. They are golden brown and smell delicious. This dipping sauce is like the final touch on what is sure to be, I mean, I should probably taste it before I say anything, right? That is so good. Not only do you get that really delicious pastry around the outside, but really the star of the show here is this braised short rib. It has a touch of sesame. It's a little bit sweet from that mirin. Has a little bit of soy. I've got a plate full of these beautiful braised beef in a blanket with this honey mustard gochujang sauce. It's delicious, really works beautifully together. I'm just gonna keep eating. If you wanna watch me and some other great chefs beef up some more classic dishes, go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com. I'm gonna double dip because it's really just me here and I have 40 of these to eat, so cheers. In my eye. No disasters, no failed recipes in my entire life. I've never made a mistake in the kitchen. Life is better with good food.